Sorry, I was staring at the reflection. Oh, he didn't have a reflection. He's a vampire. It's funny. Hey, everybody. Welcome back to the Stoneface Reactions. I'm Theta, and we're back with another episode of Fate Strange Fake. We are on episode... What are we on today? 12? We are on episode 12. I'll be honest, I don't actually know. Is this the, not the penultimate? I know they're gonna do a season 2. Well, I guess of the season. The ultimate episode of the season? Or is there one more to go? I'm confused because I'm pretty sure I saw it was 13, but I don't remember if it was 13 plus, sorry, I can't remember the name of it, Whisper of the something. The first 1 hour long special thing that there was, OVA, whatever. If it's with that, then this is the final. If it's not, then there's one to go. Unfortunately, I'm not the reactor who does the final episode, in the title and whatnot, right? I'm the one who finds out after I've watched by watching other people's shit. That's how I realized there's only like one episode left of Fearin' that I've yet to see. So, I'm being caught off guard by a whole bunch of these things. Anyway, if it is the final one, I guess that explains why I'm looking at the opening in the first second of the shot. We got a lot to go through, and they really want to use their time to the maximum. You know, either way, I come back as I normally do with notes and a board. So let's go ahead and look at that board real quick. Where I have added Eleanor of Aquitaine and connected her to Richard with a blue line. I connected enkidu and the Chimera to Tyne with a green line. And I added that girl that I kept saying that I would from the Watchtower scenes, and obviously connected them to Waver. It's not in my board notes, but I also added all of the, I guess I'm going to call them nuns, the nuns, and connected them to Cervantes. I thought about doing it, connecting Little Red Riding Hood, the vision of her that we keep seeing, connecting her to Ayaka, but decided not to, because, you know, I don't know what's going to happen this episode. Additionally, I guess I could have added real Ayaka, just to have some sort of difference between what could be or is fake Ayaka. I just don't know that's going to be important. In so much that I think that there being a fake Ayaka is going to be important, but I don't think that real Ayaka is going to be important. Anyway, that is the board, and as per a question, or a comment rather, that came up before, I don't remember if I ever said it here, I know I've said it across multiple fake shows of record, this is just a visual representation of the board. If you're trying to see the stuff I'm saying, you're probably not going to be doing it here unless you got really great eyesight. Look down below in the description, the doobly-doo, I believe it's still called. There should be a link. It says the board, and you can, increase the size of that. So, if you got something to say about the board, use the link down below. It's just an Imager link. Anyway, to the notes. Seeing as Mr. Black is the one that sucked everyone into Coma World, I have to imagine that he is also the one that chose to deposit everyone where they found themselves. Sigma and Fake Assassin were in the city proper before, to suddenly find themselves out by Tsubaki's home, had to have been a choice. I almost wonder if it might not be a children your own age thing. I don't know how old Fake Assassin is meant to be. Sigma certainly seems like he might be meant to be young, despite how old he actually is. Otherwise, I don't know what other connective factors these two might have that the others would not. Maybe these two are actually good, while the rest of them just seem good? Or only that, seeming to be? Because, you get the idea that maybe Ayaka is good, maybe Richard is good. However, we do get the scene where I'll have to kill her. Or if we do have to kill her, let me be the one to do it. It's easier after the first. So, and Ayaka is not really Ayaka, and she's running from Little Red Riding Hood, whatever the fuck that means. So, I don't know. The end of the note is basically, I don't know. Ayaka, or whoever she turns out to be in reality, seeing Richard's dreams first person, brings back up my thought about if Saint Germain was talking about her in our other vision of Richard's headspace. That he might have been looking at Richard, but talking to Ayaka as the you within the depths of your eyes. It's odd that Richard is great at everything he does, yet his noble phantasm, or one of them at least, is the have other servants do things through him that he cannot do. Given his concern about doing everything perfectly and winding up with no friends, I have to wonder if this reflects him just not trying anything new anymore and gaining friends that that could do it with for him. Sorry, I don't know why my brain's not working right anymore. I guess these 3 a.m. recordings are just killing me inside. He's kind of like an inverse Superman, where the rule of Superman is that he can do anything he hasn't already done. Meaning, if there is no evidence that he can't do it, he can. Richard can do anything, but if there's no evidence that he has done it yet, then he might be avoiding learning to do it. Despite not seeing her in the fight, Faldius has a recording of Hippolyta evading the Black Mist. He seems to indicate that some managed to escape, as Alcides is also on the screen. But, since he also mentions that some were swallowed whole in the same breath, there is no telling until we see them. I mean, I'm glad Tyne did eventually use some command seals to try and save Gilgamesh, and I fully understand why she didn't mid-fight. I still just kind of wish that she had. I don't want my boy to die, especially in first season, and then knowing that he'll be dead for the rest of the show. To a comment from last episode, someone mentioned that there was a Vorzak on the plane as well, relating them to Hulri. True enough, that was a connection. The bee guy that they were trying to kill on that flight was Odd Vorzak. I also believe a dead apostle as well, which I gotta wonder if it'll come up with Jester. Well, fully divine beings can't be summoned. That answers a lot of joke questions that we've asked across the series so far. Not this show specifically, things said in Fate Zero, probably, like summoning Jesus, for example. Well, I called Ishtar from the first appearance due to them flashing her symbol amongst a bunch of other things, like Babylon. Funny that she set a trigger to summon herself back, Enkidu and Gilgamesh being present at the same time, being that trigger. That girl at the watchtower I keep mentioning, she mentioned Miss Tosaka, and I don't think it even registered for me. I mean, if it did the first time in that reaction, certainly seemed like a surprise to me when I was rewatching. I guess implying that Rin survives? Because I don't know who else they'd be talking about. Certainly not her parents. When Orlando is getting on Dumas for acting on his own, because if he had died, the entire clan would be done for, Dumas implies that he would be fine because he could just make another contract with an unemployed servant, implying that there is one out there, not yet attached to someone? Maybe just referring to Saber? Or Sigma as a servant to be? Maybe Ayaka is really Red Riding Hood, regardless of what a commenter once tried to spoil. By the way, what are these street names? One zoom in, it was Tooth Avenue. Another was Snow White Avenue. What's the theme here? Man, I just fucking know something horrible is going to happen to Tsubaki. She's got the Ilya origin going on for her, and I was ill prepared for that when it happened. Anyways, in Unlimited Blade Works, I mean, I feel even worse for Tsubaki, especially with this episode's flashbacks. We're getting a meaningful attachment between something massive and a little girl who's being put through just a lot. Which, I don't know how far away we are from Mr. Black is the strongest there is, Ilya's thing. So, the Ayaka Flash, Church and Fuyuki, Kirei, Stay Night Gilgamesh. Maybe Stay Night didn't happen here because of this girl? We also had that memory flash of her meeting up with an Einsburn. That hasn't been brought up again yet. But now I gotta anticipate that it maybe was around the same time? God of a particular place. Sorry, I got no guesses for this person. Couldn't really make out that first image before we see a bit of their face. I couldn't tell if it was like something they were wearing, or if it was something behind them and there was like a shadow figure in front of it. I guess all of my screens were just too dark for that scene. Real fake out from before, though, where we saw Waver calling Ayaka, and then Ayaka in the first scene looking at her phone. Apparently not what was happening, but does imply that Ayaka has a contact of her own, if it wasn't Waver. That's technically my last note, but I also was trying to keep track of who is where. So we got in the coma world, Sigma, Fake Assassin, Ayaka, Richard, John, Vera, Flat, Jack, Cervantes, Cervantes' nuns, and Red Riding Hood, apparently. And then in the real world, we have Faldius, Faldius' assistant, Enkidu, the Chimera, Tyne, Ishtar, Hulry, Orlando, Dumas, Francesca. And I'm not counting like everybody at the Watchtower. They're not in the thing, right? So it's more just the people that we saw. And unknown Hippolyta and Alcides. Because I'm not counting Cerberus as Alcides. We know Mr. Black brought in animals. I don't know if Cerberus is just counting as an animal in this part. So anyway, that was my notes. We've already gone over the board, so nothing left to do but hop on in and see what we get.
But before we get started,
make sure that you hit the like button,
hit that subscribe button,
comment down below to feed that algorithm.
On top of all that, if you want to watch more shows like this, unfiltered,
uncensored,
and uncut,
as well as some early access stuff,
you can check it out over on the Patreon.
It's just $5 a month, but hey, no pressure.
There's zero pressure in order to do that. It's just a little bit of extra support, and it would be greatly appreciated.
This might well be my... God, I don't know if I'd say first or second. I'm going to lean towards first, my favorite opening for a fake show, which is kind of weird because I don't think this follows with any of the other fake show openings. At least in like theme or beat or whatever. But I really like it. I can't remember the name of the other one. The one I've been saying a lot, but I only usually bring it up when I'm watching that show. So I'm also just kind of like slowly buying time to see if I've posted it somewhere. I have Brave Shine. Brave Shine is also kind of my number 2 at the moment. If it's not my number 1, I don't know. I think I'm heavily influenced by what I'm watching in the moment. Recency bias is very strong. But right now, this one, obviously, because I'm listening to it right now, but I mean, it's a really good song. I almost kind of get a feel of, I don't know who did the openings for Log Horizon. Like, Database? I'm going to check, I guess, if I remember to after the episode, who did the song Database for Log Horizon and who's doing this one. So I'll be honest, I don't actually know who's singing this one. Okay, Sigma's backstory. What the hell's going on with your neck? Huh. Did you see Zeta? I do have in my notes somewhere Sigma's dog tag. So I can compare it against Sigma's dog tag. Oh yeah, fucking progressing. And you really should have shot him in the head beforehand so we didn't have to suffer. Maybe I was wrong. Maybe he's not good.
私に話が聞きたいとのことでしたね。私はあなたを知っています。黒岡遊郭さん。私の上司はフランチェスカ。取引相手にファルデウス氏がいます。ああ、魔術使いだとは思っていましたが、やはり。I thought we listed Faldius as the boss. 教えてもらえませんか。何なのですか、この世界は。私の見立てでは。椿のサーバントが意識的に作り出した固有結界でしょう。
I'm surprised. I wouldn't thought he was like fully conscious of what was going on.
あるいは病といった概念に対して意図的に人格を与えたものだと思います。
Then again, this might be what he really wanted for his daughter, so.
と捉える民間の魔術の一種。あのサーバントの場合はそれこそ世界的に認知された存在だと思いますが。あなたはここを出ようとは思わないのですか。なぜ？ここには椿が元気な姿でいるのに。そう思うよう精神支配されているのでは。ええ、おそらくそうでしょう。しかし、それの何が問題なのですか？
誰？どこにいるの？探してごらん、お嬢ちゃん。
It's gonna be the male version of Francesca doing illusion. Ah shit, the candy's in the opening.
あなたの娘が結界の外で狙われているということは理解していますか？
おや、そうなのですか。それは大変だ。ですが、椿のサーバントは盤石の状態になりつつある。
盤石？
あなた方が目を覚まされる少し前、素晴らしい番犬を使わせてくださいましたから。
Oh, there we go. This happens before.
聞かれていたようだ。私はあれを追う。動き出したということは、向かう先
I have to believe that the implication is the stuff in here isn't dead in the real world.
任せたぞ。
Because otherwise, the implication is that everyone that's in here is already dead. And I don't really know what the strength comparison is between a enhanced person, that someone who Dumas is enhanced. And Cerberus is what I'm gonna say. Because Cerberus isn't a servant, it's just a summons, right?
悪い、借り受けた。緊急事態ということで見逃してくれると嬉しい。
次は窃盗で逮捕するぞ。
それは怖いな。底なしの穴の守護者たる番犬よ、知恵があるなら聞け。英霊たる我が身を死から逃れる魂と判別したならいいだろう。だがこの者たちは孫うことなき聖者である。冥府の王に忠誠を誓いし共柄であるならば、その義を正しく果たすことを願うが。
Do you think Mr. Black is actually Hades?
まさか言葉が
That Cerberus switched alliances because of mythology? I mean, I think I've labeled him just as death, but I don't really know. Okay. Maybe I'm right. Maybe they all are already dead. I mean, it would be a reveal. Half of our characters died in an instant.
それって俺たちもう死んじゃってるってことですか？そうではない。冥界と言ったのはその結界内の性質という話だ。
Okay, well, never mind then.
例えば鏡に映るものが現実と照合しているように、ケルベロスが活性化していたということから、そこは冥界の層を持っていると考えられる。魔術的には夢はしばしば死後の世界と捉えられる。黒岡椿のサーバントは昏睡状態の彼女の夢を触媒として疑似的な冥府を作り上げたのだろう。
So she thought she was dead, so she summoned a death serpent?
その空間を作り出したサーバントはかなりシステマチックな存在だ。冥界に近い存在、おそらく死という概念そのものに近い何か。その人格はマスターである黒岡椿の反応に対処する形で学習を続けているのだろう。スノーフィールドの住人を洗脳しているのも少女の願いを叶えた結果なのかもしれんな。
でも先生、
Very strange posts in there.
取り囲まれたのに洗脳されてないっぽいんですけど。
それについてはなぜそうしないかという観点から推測は絞れる。
ホワイトニットですね。先生の決まり文句な。
ほう、まるで探偵。
Is that a catchphrase? I guess I'm going to have to find out when if I ever watch his little detective thing.
君らは現実世界において行方不明となっている。おそらく 肉体ごと結界内に引き込まれてしまったために君らは洗脳されていないのだろう。その場所がこうして外とつなげられているのは現実の世界の同じ場所にその世界と融和性の高い何かがあるからだ。一番可能性があるのは死体だが、それもただの死体ではなく
God damn it.
何らかの魔術的
Implying that he really is dead.
先生
Or life support or whatever.
どうしたフラット、何が起きた？
女の人が多分サーバントの人です。
君もこちらに来ていたのか。
違法の司祭か。
おっと、今日の私
She got a real problem with heresy.
だが彼らにも戦争の意思はないと伝えておこう。少なくともこの固有結界から脱出するまではな。
と
はい。
貴様も聖杯を求める魔術師の一人か。
What would the point of being? What would the point of getting into a fight now be?
最初はかっこいいから欲しいと思ってたんですけど、今は俺のサーバントの人が困ってるから、まずはそれを聖杯で解決できたらいいかなって。
一つ聞く。いかにして外への道を開くつもりだ。この世界を作り出したマスターを殺してか。
極力荒事は避けたい方針で固めたところだ。
何者だ。
そこにいる青年の後見人のようなものだ。その場にいない私
I realized she had come over here and brought us Gander.
すぎる話だと思うが、もし君が
Again, I've said this before. I think Flat is essentially the Shiro of this show.
他のやり方があることは提示させてくれ。
話だけは聞こ
う。無理だよ、お姉ちゃん。そんな道はね、この
This could be the mysterious guy.
存在しないんだよ。
No, it's Jester.
あなたたちはどうやって
Why would Jester show up as a kid? Or do they not know Jester's the
なぜ
kid?
昏睡状態の椿ちゃんに令状を。
I guess.
私は見つけたのです。道しるべを。
I guess he knows.
人間の体がどれだけの細菌を
At
宿
least
し
he
て
seemed
い
to
る
imply
か
it.
知っていますか？数百兆個です。中でもあれは入り込んだ人間の魔術回路を強制的に目覚めさせる。そして己の住処を快適にするため、最も効率のいい形で
They're luring her down to the lab.
まともなやり方では奴らにマキリには勝てない。私が目指したのは奴らを超える形の刺激すべき魔術との
I feel like they must be dead apostles too.
いい子ね、椿。
This feels like dead apostle
いい
shit.
子だから我慢できるね。
細菌を娘の体に。
あれを中南米の遺跡で採取した時は震えたよ。驚異的な数値で魔術的に人類と適合する細菌。脳にまで侵食したのは誤算だったが、ああ、椿。私たちの夢。私たちの
Again,
大切な
this feels like forcing the magical circuits
椿ちゃんを生かしておけば、いずれこの歪んだ
on
夢
Ilya.
は
Sorry, I got
現
interrupted
実
there.
世界を飲み込む。殺すしかないのさ。あの哀れな子供。
Well, I gotta remove that green line from Jester to her.
いやあ、見つかってしまったね。ほら。
Was this the person talking before?
偉い人ですか？
惜しいね。私が偉かったのは昔の話。
I wouldn't be eating anything out of the clamshell somebody gave me.
ああ、しまった。我の悪い癖だ。何せ人間と話すのは2000と数百年ぶりで。
大丈夫ですか？
君は優しいのだな。私は自分がどうして
So we have another divine person? Is that it?
そのために
A god that died, and that's why we can see them because we're in the underworld side of things?
何者だ？
君はこの世界に囚われてはいないのだな。一つ確認しておこう。君はこの少女の敵かい？それとも味方かな？
現状では守るつもりだ。
ああ、よかった。 君はどちらかというと支配者を殺す側のような目をしているから不安だったが、それならば安心だ。私のことはコートでも呼んでくれ。
I don't know, Zhao.
安心したまえ。
I get a guess Ishtar. No chance for Zhao.
話を聞こう。
ああ、君が賢明でよかった。だが残念だ。私はそろそろまた沈む。魔物がこちらに来る。
Yeah, definitely get like a
龍馬の化身も彼女を注視する。
water god aspect from that, but
私も存在を隠しきれない。
どうしたの？
大丈夫。また少しかくれんぼをするだけさ。
has something to do with the South America thing, maybe?
それを君か、あるいは椿と常に共にいるようなものに持たせてくれ。かつて神落としの石弓と呼ばれていたものだ。
あなたは一体何者なんだ？サーバントなのか？
話せば長くなるが、簡単に言えば。待て、どうして君から空を覆い尽くすあの巨獣の気配を感じる？
Related to the Watchers, yeah.
しまった限界だ。その石弓を聡明な魔術師にでも見せるといい。そうすれば託したぞ。
So whoever they are, anti-Watcher? By anti-Watcher, I mean just against the Watchers.
この子供が。
That's right, Cervantes definitely knew that, yeah. Or would be able to spot him anyway.
君に二度も同じ手が通じるとは思っていないよ、大公者。それに早くお姉ちゃんのいろいろな顔を見たかったからね。
I guess if you really wanted to, you could use a command seal on her again.
バカ正直に本体で来ると思ったか？
あれれ？椿ちゃん、そのお兄ちゃん誰？
You can split up?
へえ、すごいね。なんだか秘密基地みたい。運が良かったね。椿ちゃんの前で君を殺すわけにはいかない。変な気を起こさないでよ。僕は椿ちゃんの友達なんだ。
Not really. Didn't seem like that from the other conversation.
椿ちゃん。何？僕のパパから聞いたんだ。君のお父さんとお母さんがとっても偉い魔術師だって。
お父さんもお母さんもすっごい魔術師なんだよ。
Sorry, I was staring at the reflection. Oh, he didn't have a reflection. He's a vampire. It's funny.
どうすれば一番喜んでくれるかな。椿ちゃんのお父さんたちの願いは何だろうね。
やめろ。
私ね、お父さんとお母さんのために魔法使いになりたい。魔法使いになりたい。
Oh, man. Like I said, something horrible is gonna happen to her.
Flat! 何が起こっているか教えろ。
先生、世界が黒くなってます。
読み字は我がしもべとなりて我が死を守らん聖杯を我が主の我が友の手に
Okay, so I was right.
まさか終末の4騎士。
Yeah, that's what I thought.
ペイルライダーか。
I mean, they called it Pale Rider before, so I didn't really have to guess.
私はただ彼女の背中を押しただけさ。子供が子供らしく壮大な夢を追いかけるようにね。
The problem with the subtitles is sometimes you really can't just see them get abbreviated. So something was gonna happen mid-sentence there. Unfortunately, Tumasa named all those guys, but I don't have context to put those names to the people.
なんで私なんかを。違う。私にはできることなんてないのに。違う。私はマスターなんかじゃないのに。
Well, we've seen these flashes before. I think they're in the opening, actually.
また逃げた。
I mean, the blood on the elevator.
もう行き場なんかないのに。どいて。私を殺してもいい。呪ってもいい。きっとあなたにはその権利がある。私はあなたが怖い。だけど今はセイバーから逃げ出すことの方が怖い。
Was that code? Was that a battery running down? I don't know how to parse that until I would rewatch it, I guess.
セイバー。
そんな顔をしないでくれ。こんな傷は些細な。
Yeah, there's no way Saber would be mortally wounded by Cerberus.
セイバー、あなたまだ力を抑えているでしょ。私はもうあなたからも聖杯戦争からも逃げない。セイバーと一緒に戦うって決めたのはたった今だけど、そこはごめん。
If this was a normal fate, let's wait for a twist sort of thing, I would have assumed Yaku's about to die in a minute from now.
よくはないけど、こんなところで死ぬよりはずっとマシだよ。だから私は私にできることをやる。私も戦う。私に戦い方を教えて。石の投げ方でも何でもいい。
You know, if he can't fail at doing anything, then conceivably, he can't fail at teaching, right?
君は強い。だが、今の俺の方が君に答えられない。あの金ピカのやつに思い知らされた。俺はまだ命や騎士道をかけ、他人の願いを踏みつけてまで聖杯を求める理由を得ていない。
セイバー。
だから、俺が消えるのは構わない。巻き込んだ君を生かすことが第一だ。
Yeah, sabers are always good, apparently.
ほら、音楽を座だか天国だかに持ち帰るって言ってたじゃない。
さあ、ともかく、俺は天国にはいないよ。
I don't historically know who Richard killed. You know, it's the second time we've alluded to it. Is that flat? Flat game pieces? No, damn. Cookies, not game pieces. Was I wrong that they were in the real world? Or do they know how to get back and forth? Okay. There's gonna be a lot. There's gonna be a lot for the note section next time. I guess that's my answer. This was not the ultimate, but the penultimate episode. Because otherwise I'd assume there would be a note here or something. And I will admit, like 20 minutes in, I double checked because I didn't know what the length of the video was before to make sure it wasn't a double length episode. Because I would also assume that if this was the ultimate episode, that it would be double length. That's just an assumption. I have no fucking idea. I'm pretty sure I ran into that with Unlimited Blade Works, where I'm like, this is another error-filled episode, because I had previously watched an episode that was double length, and it wasn't. It was just error-filled. That turned out that the mid-season was, double length. Yeah, I mean, I really don't know what to talk about here. The element is that it is Pale Rider on a pale horse, as I previously mentioned. But again, that was in the title, so it's not a big surprise that the fact that Francesca, okay, has Red Riding Hood be getting more and more visible in the ending, or is that just a thing that I'm noticing? Because I swear that I've gone over this before. I mean, having paid attention to the ending credits. But I feel like it's even more noticeable now. In which case, there's the possibility that the ending credits have been building up over time, and I just haven't noticed. Because again, I have to talk over them here, but also the element that I might not be paying that much attention to them when I take my notes, because I watched them once already. Not for nothing, I do love it when the opening and the ending change with time. It's the possibility of noticing it, though. I remember Witch from Mercury changed with time, but it was only like a couple of scenes, and the length of the opening remained the same all throughout. So, yeah, super not in love with Jester. Now, I guess now I've gotten my reason to hate Jester, is that ironically, Jester is the Gilgamesh, I feel like, and despite the fact that Gilgamesh, well, was here, it just, he feels like that sort of Gilgamesh from Unlimited Blade Works, the manipulator who is trying to accomplish a goal. And here, eventually, our little girl is going to get killed. And that is his goal, apparently, but we're building our way towards it. I don't know who Water Lady was. Again, I'm assuming Aztec, Mayan, something. Because it seems like I don't know, there was kind of like this etching on the side of the crossbow. And the workshop was related to the bacteria from South America, I think they said. So everything seems South American related. I know she doesn't have to be, but I don't know, just following through on everything in the area of what was going on. Because other than that, I don't know. The only other clue is that they're familiar with Watcher, which just could be a servant thing. I don't know. This is the only show that I've watched that had Watcher in it. Because conceivably, beyond that, the concept of a guardian is really not so far back from Unlimited Blade Works that we learned that terminology as well. The idea that Francesca may have been in the real world and then just transported themselves here. Apparently, they're like an immortal wizard, sorcerer, or whatever. So, I guess if anybody could, anyone outside of Ishtar, maybe, that'd be them. Actually, it kind of feels like Ishtar couldn't because they intentionally ran away. So, if they could have just willy-nilly come back and forth, why would they have run away? I'm assuming, again, going back to the other god, I'm assuming that if they are a god, they must be a dead one, because again, they're in the afterlife area, though it seems only tangentially supposed to be connected to Hades, so unsure about that. Odd that the parents are actually maybe being dominated, but also just kind of happy with the way things are going. So I'm not super in love with them, but I guess I was never in love with them, as per any conversation I had with Lessons about them talking about the womb. And somebody here, in the comment section even pointed out the fact that the element, if this is a mage family, they're interested in passing on the magecraft, which means that's very important to them. But then again, they've artificially made their daughter into a mage, or I guess have set up the possibility. Because the element that she then says, I want to become a mage for mommy and daddy, kind of implies that she's not right now. God, what else was there? I don't really pick up anything from when Pale Rider is talking, because I don't know. Maybe I'm too dense for Pale Rider's form of conversation. But when it comes to it, I don't know. I mean, we know who it is. I guess that's enough. What else? I guess that's it for now. I mean, I feel like there's a lot more stuff I should be talking about, but when I'm going through everything, the mysteries, maybe I'm dumb tonight, but I just can't put it together. Who that person was, how Jester's in two different places at the same time. I guess Jester can just separate their hearts. Like, legitimately, I see no reason why they couldn't, but they did, obviously, so it's not even in question. The fact that Gilgamesh is creating a bridge because I guess they are in the realm between life and death, but I feel like that's just an excuse to say that they're in a coma, like the little girl is, which is again to say, there's no saving Gil. He is just going to be dead the moment that all of this part of the story is over. Because there won't be any reason to keep him on life support, unless I guess we want to, God, I can't remember who Tyne's opposite number is here. Because remember, Tyne represents a whole group of people that want to push, I guess Orlando is Tyne's opposite number? That doesn't feel right. We want to push the people of the city out so that the natives can keep the land. And I can't remember who is the opposite number to that. I'm guessing Orlando because he represents the authority of Faldius, maybe? Maybe it's Faldius? I can't remember. That's another thing I'll have to bring back up in the notes. Yeah, I guess that's gonna be it for me today. Not that well informed, I guess, even though I keep all the notes. But then again, that's the point of the notes. That'll come back next time with maybe the stuff that I missed, and certainly more stuff than I could think of right now. So, until then, once again, I have been Theta, this has been Stoneface Reactions, and we will catch you next time. Bye-bye.
Hey everybody, thanks for watching another Stoneface Reactions. If you have an idea of another video we could go ahead and watch, go ahead and put it in the comments down below and we'll add it to the wheel. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and let us know what you thought about this video and what parts you liked. And until then, we'll see you next time. Is this too goofy?